The holidays often brings families back together, and for you parents out there, that means your babies who went off to college in the fall come back home like a boomerang, back for the holidays. And now those babies have had a taste of freedom, making the next few weeks tricky and full of drama. Yeah. Our guest today is someone who we call on from time to time to chat about topics so many of you parents can relate to. Give it up for my radio friend and yours, Colleen Lindstrom, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
By the way, a little bit later, Colleen and I have a fun announcement that we'll get to that in a little bit later. Okay, but let's talk about this because this hits close to home, so to speak.
Yeah.
You are currently going through this with your oldest.
Yeah, okay, so I feel like I need to say this, like I'm not an expert, I'm just doing it, like so many other parents are doing it. My 19-year-old, first year away from college, back now for the holiday break.
Look at Ollie. Look at him right there.
My buddy. Look at him.
Look at him.
I know. He's not awake right now, I'm sure, because it's not, PM.
Yeah.
Because that's part of it. Okay, so, when you send a kid off to college, everybody will say to you, when they come back for the summer, it's going to be a whole thing. And so you prepare yourself for that, and then suddenly you have a holiday break come up, and you're like, oh, wait a second, they're going to be here for, either a couple weeks or a month or however long, and they come back and they're an alien. They're an actual alien.
Like the Spielberg movie.
Totally.
They're clicking and making hoots and noises.
I mean, honestly, they walk in the door and you're like, my cats were like, who is this? Because he smells different, because he's like living with somebody else. So he's got like other smells and they're like, not sure. You look familiar.
And again, follow the animals.
I know.
Follow the, if the cats are suspicious.
They know.
Yeah.
So, he smells different. He's got different mannerisms. This is the way I always say it. Like when they live at home, they're sharpened by you. Like if you think of like how we sort of guide our family, they're sort of sharpened by you as a parent and the family around them. You send them off to school, other people are sharpening them. And they come back and they've got other people's mannerisms and maybe they say things and you're like, where'd you learn that?
Yeah.
And then they've had a taste of freedom.
Okay, so can I ask you, let me go back a little bit. Why, you mentioned summer break compared to this. Why don't people all the time go, little Jimmy's coming home for summer, but parents don't focus on this holiday break.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't, because it's like a little mini, appetizer for what it's going to be like when they're home for 3 months.
So how do you figure out as a parent, what do you do when the alien walks in?
I mean, honestly, so here's the first thing. Like, of course, I am so overjoyed to see him. It is so wonderful to have him in my life, in my house. The other kids are excited to see him. We've sort of like made our way with the 4 of us. And now the 5th comes back and we're trying to like figure it out. So there's a lot of joy in it. It is also really difficult. So I'm happy. I'm so happy to see him. But here's the other thing to remember. They're adults. They want to act like adults. They want to be treated like adults. So one of the ways you can treat them like adults is talk about it like an adult. Hey, I see that you have brought some behaviors home. I want to remind you that I pay for this house and all the food within it and everything you're sitting on. So let's act like adults. So if you're going to want to be treated like an adult, you got to act like an adult. And that means being a partner here.
Okay. How do you handle... You mentioned if there are siblings in the house.
Yeah.
How do you navigate? Because you're renegotiating this relationship with the kid. How do you also at the same time renegotiate and wrangle cats with the siblings?
So here's what I will tell you that has been fascinating. Like a rubber band snaps back into place. The kids have all just like fell back into their rhythms and relationships. Like last night, I was sound asleep because your girl goes to sleep at 8 o'clock. I know,
girl. We're of a certain age now.
We are. So I'm already
I would have been, but I was at Avatar.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that, by the way.
Thank you. I'll accept your condolences.
Thank you. So I this morning I wake up to a video of my daughter and my oldest son having a little sibling bonding time over her homework. And it was so cute. And I thought, this is fun. This is nice. So there are so many wonderful, joyful times. And I just want to focus on the joy. And I think it makes it more joyful when you can work together with them on like rules.
Yeah. Okay. How do you We have about a minute left in
Yeah.
this. We'll continue on the other side. But how do you negotiate new rules? Because they've had freedom.
Yeah.
So do you institute the same rules that you had in the spring of 2025, or are curfews different? How do you do that?
Yeah, I think it's a case by case basis, right? But there are there are certain things that I'll say yes to that I wouldn't have said yes to when he was still a high school student.
In April of this year.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But if he's going to go out, my request is always just tell me where you are. Just tell me where. Listen, it is helpful that you can track them on iPhone now.
Yeah.
But please tell me where you're going. If you're changing locations, who's driving, all of those things still apply because you're still my responsibility. I still care about you and love you. I know you're responsible. You're an adult. Just be courteous
and remind them of that.
Yes.
This is not a democracy in here.
No.
You are Colleen Jong-un in that
you.
house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, I sign the checks. Nobody writes checks anymore.
No one writes checks anymore.
Nobody does that.
We'll be right back. More with Colleen right after this. You and Alexis are the only two that write the check. Colleen Lindstrom is our special guest. Follow her on the socials. We have a little announcement. A little fun announcement coming up in a little bit. But we're talking when the college kid comes home for the first time. Is it sad in a way for you? Like if the parents watching, I'm thinking of them watching and relating to you. How do you get the moments alone?
So, this is just the truth of parenting. Parenting in general is just a mixed bag of joy and sadness and sunrise, sunset. It's so awesome to see them go out into the world and start to learn new things and do things differently. And that's what we want them to do, right? You don't want them to stick around forever.
No.
So there is a time.
A parent laughing at the audience. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're this is what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to go out there. They're supposed to make mistakes. They're supposed to learn and discover new things, right? They're supposed to call you when they get a flat tire and go, what do I do? Right? And then you walk them through it and then they do it themselves. That's how it's supposed to go. And it is so hard to not feel needed in the same way, all at the same time. And so it is very bittersweet. It is I don't think I actually understood the term bittersweet like I do now in this time. I miss him. I miss him when he's right in front of me, right? Because I'm you're gonna go again. And you're a different person, and I love the person he is, but I see, when I look at my son, or all my kids, I see every version of them that ever existed. So I still I'll look at him and I'll be oh, I used to hold you in my arms like this, and now you're 6'3".
Yeah, and using a credit card.
I come up to your navel.
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah. Okay, without giving the circumstance, let's edit this for television. No, because, guys, Colleen is, the reason I love Colleen and I have been friends for decades, but I think Colleen, that's why I want to introduce her to the country, because I think Colleen is one of the best parents. Oh. Can you please edit for television, give your response to the story that I'm referring to, where her son did something this fall. Yeah. And your response text message to him was, I think, what every parent should do in the, edit for television.
So I will. So he did not clear it with me before he utilized the emergency only credit card for a non-emergency.
For a non-emergency audience.
Let's just put it that way. It was a non-emergency. And I got the text at, well, this just sort of gives a little away, but I got the text at 2 o'clock in the morning. And like I've already said, I'm asleep. I go to sleep very early. So when I woke up the next morning, I said to him, I'm going to have you take a stab at the lecture I'm going to give you. Please call me by 3 o'clock p.m. If you do not call me by 3 o'clock p.m., I will call you and give you the lecture, but I'm going to let you work through this. My phone rang at 2:57 p.m.
No joke.
No joke. And he was like, I need to be better with my money. And I was like, that's number 10 on the list. We're going to work through 1 through 9 together. And that's how that went.
I love, my mom should have done that. What's the lecture I'm going to give you?
Honestly, I try to do that a lot, because I'm you know what? You've got some skills now.
Yeah.
You tell me where I would go with this.
Well, here's what we're going to go with this. So Colleen and I, we've worked together. Colleen used to have a daily show on the radio station that I work for, My Talk 107.1. She was fired for stealing office supplies, so she had to leave.
It was the paper clips.
Paper clips.
I'll always get you.
Colleen and I have been friends for years, and we've always wanted to work together. We're always like, God, we got to think of an endeavor to do together. Well, literally almost a year ago, I texted Colleen from a Starbucks in Florida, and I said, we should do a podcast together. And a year later, we're doing a podcast together. So yeah.
We are. I'm so excited about this. So one of the things that we both love is pop culture and specifically retro pop culture. So Gag Me With a Podcast is the name of the podcast.
Remember the Valley Girls? Gag Me With a Spoon. Yeah.
So Gag Me With a Podcast, and it's going to be 80s and 90s retro pop culture.
Every episode will feature on a specific element. Like, remember the new Coke scandal, Cabbage Patch Kids? Every episode we'll go deep dive in on that. So we're so excited.
Yeah, we're also super excited. We should say the special thing about the theme song.
Our friend Kat Perkins from The Voice did our theme song. So we love a theme song. So
we do.
Yeah, that'll all debut February 3rd. Get it wherever you get your podcast. Give it up for Colleen Lindstrom, everybody. Follow her on social media right now. And again, watch out for our podcast coming in February. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. Yay. So Matt and Colin organized